Let's know about the top 10 romantic films of Hollywood in this good time of Champagne Bossa of love. Casablanca. World War II. Many European refugees sought refuge in the United States to escape the German invasion. If you want to go to the United States, you have to go to Casablanca first, where you can get an exit visa, which is not easy at all. American expatriate Rick Blaine runs the popular cafe in Casablanca. Blaine accidentally gets 2 transit papers. It is in this city that he discovers his former lover Ilsa. Ilsa's husband, Laszlo, is a Czechoslovak rebel leader who is desperately wanted by the Germans. Ilsa knows that only Blaine can help them. But what will help the jealous Blaine? Directed by Michael Curtiz. The film was released in 1942. Gone with the Wind. Photo of 1939. The film tells the story of Scarlett O'Hara and Rhett Butler's love during the American Civil War. The story is about a selfish woman who doesn't want to tell her love to the man she loves. In the end, he lost that man. Little did Scarlett know, Rhett was in the room at the same time she was begging Ashley to accept her. Directed by Victor Fleming. West Side Story. The story of this film is inspired by Shakespeare's immortal creation Romeo and Juliet. In New York City there is a fierce conflict between 2 street gangs. Jets vs. Sharks, reluctant to tolerate each other's shade. But a miraculous love nestles between 2 young people from 2 diametrically opposed clans. Jets team leader Tony falls in love with Sharks team leader Bernardo's sister Maria. What is the future of this love? This musical-style film was released in 1961. Directed by Robert Wise and Jerome Robbins. Roman Holiday. Princess Anne leaves for European tour. But there is no peace even on vacation. Is it possible to have a vacation if you are always under the armor of security guards? Anne ran away from the hotel one night. He was met by Joe, an American journalist on assignment in Rome. Anne was asleep on the bench. Joe brought Anne into his room. Premsuria peeked into the corner of their minds. But Joe discovered, Anne is none other than the princess. Released in 1953, the film was directed by William Wyler. An Affair to Remember. Nicky is a playboy, love is child's play to him. Terry met Nick while on a ship from Europe to New York. The 2 fell in love. It was said that the 2 would meet again 6 months later on the roof of the Empire State Building. But due to an unfortunate accident, Terry could not go on the appointed day. Nicky came back with a broken heart. Thought maybe Terry didn't really love her. Maybe he got married. We'll never see Nicky Terry? Directed by Leo McCarey. The film was released in 1957. The Way We Wire. Katie and Hubble studied in the same college. But the life philosophy of the 2 is completely different. Katie is a communist at heart. Neither the Spanish Civil War nor Hitler's rampage in Europe looks good to him. He has to work hard to pay for his studies. But Hubble was obsessed with sports, not politics. 2 inhabitants of 2 different worlds meet after many years. Directed by Sidney Pollack. The film was released in 1973. It's a Wonderful Life. George Bailey is tired of the various responsibilities imposed by family and society. Is this the life she wanted? His youth, his dreams, his potential are slowly disappearing. George decides to commit suicide. At that time, an angel came down from heaven to save him. Released in 1946, this film was directed by Frank Capra. Dr. Zhivago. The setting of the story is Russia before and after the Russian Revolution. The film was made in 1965. A story about the life of surgeon-poet Yuri Zhivago. Directed by David Lean, the film is an epic creation. Love Story. Oliver is a law student at Harvard and Jennifer is a music student. Even though they come from 2 different worlds, they take shelter under the umbrella of love. But disaster struck after marriage. Oliver's rich father gets angry and disowns him. The 2 keep the sampan of love floating despite the adverse currents. Their strong belief, Love can solve all the problems of the world. But destiny has a different plan. Directed by Arthur Hiller, the film was released in 1970. City Lights. A blind girl sells flowers on the roadside. While buying her flowers, a wanderer discovers that the girl herself is an innocent flower that has just blossomed. The poor vagabond falls in love with the girl. The girl thinks that the boy belongs to a very rich family. The vagabond wants the girl to look back, but it requires a lot of money. The vagabond is trying to collect that money, even go to jail for that. The girl regains her eyesight, but discovers the prince of her dreams is actually a poor one. One of Charlie Chaplin's best creations. Released in 1931, this film is silent, but bangmoy.